Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm going to do a weekend update on January 14th, 2018. So, if you can see, I'm kind of trying a new setup here. I bought a new chair for my living room, so this is the living room chair that I moved out. I'm trying to see if I want to have, I really want a chair in here for reading as well, and I'm just using this one until, you know, I get rid of it for something better. But hey, I'm in the office, in the library. Isn't this pretty? Anyway, so I'm going to do an update on what I read this week and what I'm hoping to get to. I actually read a whole lot this weekend, so this last week. I'm kind of impressed with myself, and I think I just got into a really big reading mood, and it could have to do with all those library books that I bought or got. But I didn't buy them; they're library books anyway. So as of last Sunday when I did this, I said I was reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Anyway, this book was really good. I finished this on Sunday, and I really enjoyed this. I think it was really well done for what it was trying to say on how to prioritize what you do care about and what you should care about, and making sure that that's kind of a priority. And I really enjoyed this book. I'm actually probably going to get a copy of this at some point, because there were some passages I really wanted to mark up, but again, it's a library book, so I did not. And I probably want to reread it again at some point, just because it was really good. And I mean, again, it had some stories of his life that I wasn't all that enthralled about. There usually were points to them. But overall, I think it was a really good book. I actually really enjoyed this. So I'm glad I got that. Of course, I got it at the library, so, you know, I gave it a try. If I hadn't liked it, then I would have, you know, no money out. But I really think that actually I'm going to probably buy a copy of at some point. Then I went on Monday and started reading YearOne by Nora Roberts. This is kind of her apocalyptic, you know, plague kills off all the people, and some of those people gain powers, either psychic or fairy or witches and wizards and stuff. So it was actually a very good book. Again, this is book 1 of the Chronicle of the One. So I'm not sure if this is actually a trilogy or how long the series is supposed to be. I'm guessing because she does a lot of trilogies. I did enjoy this. I don't think it was one of my favorite things by her. Maybe because to me, this was way too much like The Stand I mean, a very light version of The Stand, or some of the other, you know, plague books that, you know, destroys the world and stuff. And so I don't know. I mean, I think it still was fun. It was definitely a page turner, and it's something different from her. So I think that in itself was fun. There were some characters I really cared about, and but the end to me kind of, I mean, I know it sets up for the next book. I mean, it sets it up like not cliffhanger, but you know that the next book kind of where it might go or whatever. You don't actually know. I don't know why I just said that, but I meant it was really set up knowing that more stuff's going to happen and it's going to be farther down the line in this series. But it was just like, maybe that doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to worry about it. Point is that I really enjoyed it. I didn't love it, and it's not something that, I mean, I'm glad I got from the library, and I probably will continue to get this series from the library, because it was fun. It was a quick read. I read in a couple of days, and anyway, so if you like that kind of stuff, I mean, he said it was kind of a, I hate to say it, kind of a watered down The Stand, because it's a lot shorter, but I don't know. Then, this is a spoiler for something that came in the mail, but I got Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shauna McGuire. This is the 3rd book in the Wayward Children series. I love this book. This was really fun. It was like a return to what I loved about the first book. And again, because it has some of the characters from the first book of Every Heart a Doorway. I thought this was great. Like, it was a little fun quest, and it was you got to know more about some of the worlds that they go into. I thought that part was really great. And again, we get to revisit with some of the characters that we met in the first book and get to know them a little better. So I thought this was really good. I I really enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed Every Heart a Doorway or Down Among the Sticks and Bones, I would say continue on. I mean, again, I read it in a day. They're really short novels or novelettes or whatever these are, because I guess they're still considered a novel. They're big enough, but they're really short ones. But as I said, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I read it, and I'm glad I own it. So yeah, I do own that. And then I was like, well, I have one more library book and I know I should read that, but I just was putting it off. And for some reason, I was going to take it to work with me on Friday, the other book, which I'll show you in a little bit. But I changed my mind. I go, no, I want to read something else, because I just read kind of fantasy, kind of, apocalyptic, but anyway, I wanted something different. So I picked up The Tin Man by Sarah Winman. I've been wanting to read this for a couple of months now, but I finally got it last month, I think. Last month or the month before. I don't remember when I bought it. Anyway, and I really enjoyed this. This was, again, another short novel, so it wasn't a long investment, but it was written very well. What I liked about it was how kind of quiet it was, but how many details you got with how little was said. And I did really enjoy this. I did find some things kind of a little odd about it. Like, I'm not huge on no quotations. So that was kind of weird. There's no quotation marks. To me, that was a stylistic oddity, but I mean, it worked, I guess, but it's not one of my favorites. And I also don't like it when there's two people are talking in the same paragraph. Again, that happened in here too, because there was no quotation. So she was able to put a couple of people talking in the same paragraph, and that always bugs me. I don't know. There's something about it doesn't line up, but that's just those little things. Story-wise, I just thought it was a very beautiful story, and I really am glad I picked this up. It's not a book, I think, if I had not seen this on other people's channels like Simon Savage and James Chapman and a couple of the other ones talking about this, I might not have ever bought this. And I am so glad that I talked to James on Twitter when I was saying, oh, I kind of want to buy it and I'm not sure, and he just told me to go ahead and buy it. So there we go, I got it. So I really enjoyed this. I mean, this one was really good, and I really encourage anybody who wants to read a very quiet and poignant story about as I said, I guess I should say what this is about too. This is about two men who grew up together, and their friendship over the years and the way their lives go between the 70s and the 80s and early 90s. And it's just, and how they're all, and then also the, one of theirs, the woman that knows them as well. So they're like a trio at some point, but mostly it's about the two guys, and it's really a really beautiful novel, and I do recommend that. So I finished that on Friday, and then Saturday my brain kind of was like, I don't know what I want to read. So I didn't really read all that much yesterday. I did remember to pick up Chernobyl Prayer by Silvana Elektovic. I had it in my head and I lost it again. Again, this is a gorgeous non-fiction about Chernobyl, and just the conversations in here are just written so well. I'm still about just over halfway. I'm still working on it. I'm gonna try to, I kind of took the week off of not reading it because I read it the first week of January. So this next week I'm gonna try to at least read 10 pages or a couple of sections every night. I just want to get through this month. But it is so beautiful, and I just, as I said, I'm really looking, I already told my dad about this and said, oh, yeah, you're getting this after I'm done, because I think it's just really well done. So anyway, I want to finish this, but it's going to be one of those ones I read, a little bit every day, which is not normal for me, but for some reason that nonfiction, I need to do that because it's very powerful, and I just think I need to take it in small doses. So, whoa, I just lost it. Of course I did. So I'm also just about to, I read a little bit of The Last Wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. Anyway, so I'm about 50 pages from the end. I'm going to be a little bit less than that now. So I read a little bit of this yesterday. I'm probably going to finish this up today. Again, I'm doing the read along on that Elliot Brooks is doing on her channel for The Witcher, at least for this month. This was again, it's the first book with all the kind of short stories that introduce The Witcher, and I've liked it overall. I'll probably say more when I've actually finished it. I stalled on this after I got to about 50 pages from the end, and I was like, I'm getting tired of this. So I put it down because, again, the read-along's supposed to go through all month, and I read the first, most of it pretty quickly. So anyway, I'm going to try to finish that up today. So then I have no idea what I'm going to read next. So I'm just going to put up the 3 that are kind of the ones that I probably am going to pick up. I'm not sure which ones. Next, these 3 books are the ones I want to read next, so it's just matters which ones I'm going to pick up first. So one of them is Mitra Baker by Ellie Alexander. This is the first in the Bake Shop Mysteries, and it's also the book that's for the what Courtagonist is doing for her Cozy Reading Mystery Club. So I want to read this before they do the live show. I think later this month, so I do want to get to that. I've only read a few pages in it. When I first got it, I think I read the first chapter, so I do need to read this. So this is one of the ones I want to pick up this week. I also want to pick up A Golden Age by Tamina UNAM, and this is Mel's Bookland Adventures Book Club Read Around the World pick for January. This is about Bangladesh and a woman in the early 70s and her children, and I think it has to do with the Bangladesh War for Independence, or War of Independence. So I don't know a whole lot about that time period, so I'm looking forward to this book, but again, it's another book that's for another book club that I need to read-alongs, book clubs, you know, I'm doing some of those. Isn't that great? And then, of course, the library book that I've been waiting, you know, a month to read, or almost now. So The Will to Battle by Ada Palmer, which is book 3 in the Terra Ignota series. Again, it's a book I really, really want to read, and I'm also really afraid to read because I loved Seven Surrenders, the #2 book. To Like the Lightning was the first one. But I really loved the second book, Seven Surrenders. And so I've been looking forward to see where she goes with this. But I'm also terrified, like, you know, because it was Seven Surrenders was so good. So, but I need to pick this up this week because, again, it's a library book. It's going to be due in another, well, it's like 2 weeks right now. But I really want to read it. So I don't know if anybody's read this. Is it good? I don't know. I don't know if anybody's actually read it yet. So I want to know what's going on. So anyway, that's all the books this week. Just, I don't know. I'm not going to put them up. But as I said, I did a lot of reading this week. I'm actually kind of impressed how many books I got through. And I'm hoping to continue on reading quite a bit this next week. I don't have a whole lot of things going on, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so that's everything. What are you guys reading? Any of these things have you read? Have you liked? Let me know. Talk to you guys later. Bye.